Good morning, students. Today we are going to study chapter number 6, Political Parties of class 10th. In this chapter, we are going to study about the political parties. What is the role of political parties in the rise of democracies, information of constitutional designs, in electoral politics, and in making and working of governments. First of all, we have to know what is the meaning of political party. Political party is a group of people who come together to contest elections and hold power in the government. Now, what is the meaning of political party? That it is a group of people, okay? It is a group of people who come together, and that group contest elections, that who will get the power in the government. They agree on some policies and programs for the society with a view to promote collective good. Okay, now what is the aim of these political parties? These political parties make some policies and programs for the welfare of the people, and they come to a similar opinion, okay, with a view to promote collective good, to do something good for the welfare of the people. Parties reflect fundamental political divisions in a society. Okay, these political parties are just not political parties, but they reflect the fundamental political divisions which are in a society. They are about a part of society and thus involve partisanship, because political parties, okay, is a second name of partisanship. Okay, thus, a party is known by which part it stands for, which policies it supports, and whose interest it upholds. Okay, so a political party, what is the meaning of a political party? Why a party is known? It is known by which part it stands for. Okay, for what it is standing, for what it is contesting elections. Secondly, for what policies, okay, what policies, what programs are made by these political parties, and whose interest it upholds, okay, what interest of the people are seen by the political parties. It has three components: leaders, active members, and followers. First of all, the leader, who is leading the political party. Second, the members of the political party. And third, the followers of the political party. Now, this was a thing about political party. Now, next we come to a question that why do we need political party? What is the use, or what is the meaning of a political party? Why we need political parties? If there was no political party, then each and every candidate would be independent. Obviously, every candidate would stand in the elections, okay, and he would contest elections also. So, if there was no political party, every candidate would be independent. But if you are having a political party, then a person, a candidate, is dependent on the another one. Current strength of Lok Sabha is 543. Think a situation when none of 543 members can be brought to think alike on a particular issue. Now, what happens if we do not have political parties? We can just give an example of Lok Sabha. The members of the Lok Sabha are 543. Now, just think a situation that when we bring these 543 members of the Lok Sabha to think alike on a particular issue, if you want to think about a particular issue, then what will be their opinion? This would lead to chaos, obviously, because different people will have different opinions. Okay, an independent candidate would always be more interested in these specific needs of his constituency and would seldom think about the larger interest of the nation. Obviously, if we do not have any political party, every candidate would be independent. If they are independent, they will think about their own interest, but not about the larger interest of the nation. So it is necessary to bring diverse people on a common platform so that bigger issues can be taken care of. So it is very important, okay, to organize these political parties, to bring all the people in one common platform on one way, so that bigger issues, okay, the larger issues of the country can be taken care of. The democracy which is being practiced all over the world is called representative democracy. In our country, India, okay, there is a representative type of democracy. In this system, governance is done through people's representative. Obviously, if we have a democratic country and if we have a representative democracy, that means that people have chosen a representative, okay, to govern them, because it is impossible for each citizen to directly participate in governance, okay, because it is not possible that every citizen can directly participate in governance, okay. So these are elected by the people so that they can govern them. The need for representative democracy has given rise to political parties. So this need that people should choose their representatives and then those representatives should govern the people. This method or this need of representative democracy has led to political parties. Now this is the necessity of political parties. Now we will see that what are the functions of political party. Functions of political party is first that it contests elections. Okay, what is the first function of political parties? The first function of political parties is to contest elections. A political party nominates its candidate for electoral contest in various constituencies. There are various constituencies, okay, in which these political party nominates a candidate. Like we also have political parties like Congress, BJP, okay, and many more. But each political party nominates a candidate for the electoral contest for the elections in various constituencies. So the first function of political parties is to contest elections. Second is policies and programs. These political parties, they put forward political policies and programs so that voters can choose. Means the voters can choose the type of policies, the type of programs which are made by these political parties for their welfare, for their goodness. It brings a large number of similar opinion under one. So what happens by this? If political parties are making some policies and programs, and here the people, the voters have the right to choose. So what will happen? That it will bring a large number of people into one. Okay, they will make them one. These are channelized to form policies and programs of ruling party are expected to be followed by government. Now these rules or these policies or programs which are made by the political parties whose candidates are elected by the people, they have to be followed by the government also. Okay, so this was the second function. Now the third function is making law for the country. Okay, making law for the country. It is legislature that makes law after proper debate. Okay, first an issue is passed, then the legislature, after a proper debate, after a proper discussion, the legislature implements the law. As most members belong to political parties, so a political party has direct say in lawmaking. Okay, the most of the members which are in the legislature, they belong to different political parties. So we can say that a political party has a direct say in this lawmaking. So this is the third function of the political party. Now fourth, here comes formation of government. Now formation of government in this, the executive body is made by people from ruling party. Means whatever political party has come into power is made by the people, okay, of this political party, the executive body. We have three bodies: the legislative, the executive, and the judiciary. Legislative had made law for the country, okay, and the members of the legislature are most of the political parties, okay. Secondly, we have the executive body is also made by people from the ruling party. Various political leaders are assigned different ministries to carry out the task of governance. So what happens here, that various political leaders are given different ministries, different departments, so that they can carry out the task of governance. They can govern the country. So this is the fourth function of political party, formation of government. They form the government. Fifth is playing opposition. A party which does not get majority or come under majority coalition needs to play role of opposition. Now obviously we have here many parties, many political parties stand in the elections, okay? And which political party does not get a majority or do not come under majority coalition, it always plays a role of opposition. Okay? Now, the last point of this functions of political parties is shaping public opinion. Now, how it helps to shape the public opinion? This do by raising and highlighting issues in legislature and in media. Now, what is done? Okay, shaping public opinion means making or we can say just making or highlighting the public issues, okay, in media also, in legislature also, so that the legislature can make laws keeping in mind the collective good of the people, okay. And seventh last point is access to government machinery and welfare schemes. Access to government machinery and welfare schemes, since it is easy to approach local party leader than government officers. Obviously, access to government machinery and welfare schemes means you can very possibly or you can very easily approach the local party leaders, okay. You can take your problems to the local party leaders and tell them, but it is very much impossible to reach the government officers, okay. So these political parties, they are access to government machineries, we can directly say them their problems, and welfare schemes which are made for the collective good of the people, okay. So these are the functions of the political parties. Thank you.